just tuned in, this is www.arkansasshowcaseradio.com show.
And hopefully it's exciting.
Oh, yeah, because we're supposed to have William King from the Commodores supposed to be coming on. He should be popping onto the screen here anytime now. And so this is just one of the interviews that we do for you guys out there. It's supposed to be at 1 o'clock. He says a couple of minutes, and hopefully he should be popping on. William King.
How many babies do you think were born as they were listening to the Commodore?
The brick house. I know. I heard it when I was in basic training at Fort Leonard Wood.
A brick house?
Yep. It was in when we had one of our breaks. They were playing it in when we could go get sodas.
They play it everywhere.
Yeah.
Every wedding. I mean, if you want to have an event to get people on the dance floor, brick house is going to be played.
And I think he has an interesting story. I think he actually was trying to write it, and he left a pad of paper or something, if I get it right, on his chest.
Yeah.
And he went to sleep, and his wife just picked up and go, here it is. So he woke up and go, hey, I'm a genius.
I hadn't written this good in a long time. So, yeah, hopefully he comes on and we'll tell that story.
Yeah, we still got a minute or two. These are just some of the interviews that we do. And William King, we've been trying to get his to do an interview forever. Every time that we have it, something comes up. It can't be done. Something comes up. And it almost happened again today. And we're supposed to do it at 11. And then his promoter or whoever read it wrong and said, no, he's going to do it at 2 Easterns, which would be 1 o'clock this time.
But we've got a lot coming up. We've got Kentucky Headhunters, Michael Martin Murphy.
Oh, yeah. Wildfire. Well, this is a wrong time of year. I bet they don't play that in California.
No doubt. But yeah, so it should be good.
All we need is just William to call in.
Kansas. We might be talking to them again.
Yeah, I screwed that up. We're just talking to him. Things not recording. He had to go to another interview. Like, oh, crap.
Hang tight. What's his name? Phil?
There we go. There he is.
Look at
oh,
him.
My goodness. Hey, William, what's up, man? He's still coming in. There he is. He's focusing. William?
Are you there?
For you guys out there, this is William from the Commodores.
Hey, guys.
What's up, Mr. Man?
How are you? How is the world treating you, good sir?
Well, you know, it could be better with some, but I'm gonna let you guys talk to the world for me.
But if it could always be worse, then you're doing all right. As long as you're right.
Hey, what can I tell you? Yeah.
Gray area.
Sorry, guys.
We've been trying to
right now.
We've been trying to get the interview with you forever. This is, for me, this is a bucket list.
Great.
Outstanding.
Man, I tell you, I got the grandkids running around. So that's what I'm running one room to the other.
I thought you had like a stalker there or something. Dang it,
man.
You found me.
Yeah, I usually do this on my iPad, but one of the grandkids got the iPad and won't give it up.
And they're smarter than you now, so you can't figure it out.
Because Grandpa, I got to do SpongeBob SquarePants. It's an emergency.
You know, the other day, we couldn't find my iPad. They had hid it because they didn't want me to get it back and keep it for me. So they hid it.
Kick them out of the house. So now you said grandkids. Who are you to the grandkids? Are you Pop or who?
Oh, I'm granddad. All
right.
I'm sure.
all of the women, all of the grandparents and the great grandparents, right? They all the ladies, the women all have like these names like Dee Dee and Mimi and anything but grandma, right?
Of course, yeah, of course, absolutely. That's funny. But
yeah, man. I said, look, just call me grandpa. I'm fine with it.
It doesn't matter. How many grandkids do you have?
We have 4. We have 2 here in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta now.
Ah, okay, cool.
We have 2 here in Atlanta, and we have 2 in LA.
Ah, see, there you go. Well, see, when you're on the pandemic, time off, you get to play with the grandkids a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I went out to LA to see my kids, my grandkids out there, and my son wouldn't let us in the house.
It wasn't because of COVID-19.
Man, I tell you, we were out there. I said, "Do you know how far we traveled?" He said, "I'm sorry." He said, "But that's
It goes, just get on the phone. You can call me anytime you want.
oh Lord, have mercy.
Well, speaking of pandemic, what do you have going on right now? Are you getting back out? Are you going to start touring, cruising? How's all the music plans coming for you?
Man, listen, we stopped working 1 year and a half ago.
Yep.
Okay. And we have been off the road ever since. I have band members I hadn't seen for 1.5 years.
Is that a good thing?
For some of them, yeah. But if you had asked me before the pandemic, would I retire? I would have told you never. I mean, we're going to be, 120 and in wheelchairs with bangles on the wheelchairs, like special tires so we can do routines and all that with it, right? But I tell you what, man, being off for 1.5 years has spoiled me.
Yeah, it gets you kind of lazy, doesn't it?
Yeah, man. Now last week, a week before last, we all went to New York for the first time.
Oh, wow.
And we rehearsed in New York, and we did a show in Long Beach, New York, out near the water out there. And we had, I think, somewhere around 8,000 people at the performance. And it was the first performance we had done in over 1.5 years.
Wow. And what'd you think? How'd it feel?
You know what? It felt great. I was a little tentative on stage because I'm trying to make sure everything was flowing and everybody was in place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Since we hadn't been out there for 1.5 years, just making sure everything was going fine. But it was. Thank goodness. It's nice to be able to go on stage and just do what you do, right? And not have to be concerned about everybody else or anyone else. But I was, because I had to make sure that everybody kind of knew what they were doing, even though they've been doing it for the past 50-something years. You would think it would be settled in by now, but we changed up the show, all over the place. So sometimes, when you make those changes, actually people revert back to before the changes sometimes. And yeah, I mean, seriously, and and you can hear it. You can hear the music being played, and you're going, "Wait a minute, that's not right."
Idiots! That's why I have to come back here. God.
Yeah, that was like 2 shows ago. 2 other shows ago. But
They're still singing y'all's music though.
Oh yeah, we only play out.
Then you're good.
Yeah. I mean, no one thinks about the chords, but we have all these little things in between verses and intros, that are different from what's on the record, right? So, and like our intro is completely different from anything else we do in the show. So, and we change them up quite a bit so that people don't get bored. But people who've seen the show before. But sometimes the guys get going and they just kind of like forget.
Well, now you do a little bit of everything with the Commodores. I mean, you, of course, play almost every instrument, don't you? I think, of course, you sing, and you also, aren't you the main choreographer for the group?
I'm the only choreographer.
So now, are you bringing in new moves for y'all to do for the?
Let me tell you something. It has taken 50 years for me to get the first one right.
You got 50 more, so see you can do 2 moves now. All right.
And, to get 2 more moves, I'm not even thinking about 3 more. I tell you what we are doing though. We are now in the process of bringing in our sons into the group.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I have my son who is Noah. His name is Noah. Clyde has a son. He actually has 2 sons, and I'm also bringing in my daughter Leah.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and we bring them into the show. Right now, we only have 2 of them in the show, which is Cody Orange and Noah Orange. And so the idea is to gradually fade them in, you know, and to also let them start singing some of the leads.
How cool.
Wow.
Yeah. So that, you know, in some years to come, Clyde, JD, and myself may just decide to step out.
They moved to Arkansas?
Well, you know my wife is from Arkansas, don't you?
No.
Yeah.
Where's she from?
Let me see. She was born in Mountain Home, Arkansas, I think.
Yep.
Way up in north, way up, right on the line, I think, right on the northern line.
Yep, absolutely.
She went to school. She went to University of Arkansas.
Yep. I graduated from there.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, she's actually from, and she lived in Fayetteville, you know, for years, many years. But she's in Atlanta now. So, but yeah, she grew up in Arkansas. She's an Arkansas girl.
Now, let me get this straight. We've been watching videos and stuff, trying to get ready for you. And one of the things, I might have got this wrong, but I think it was Brick House, wasn't it? That you went to sleep, left the pad on your chest, and your wife wrote the words to it?
That's right. Yeah, my ex.
Oh, well, okay.
Okay, interview's over. Right.
Yeah, let's get that straight before the attorneys send me letters and notes and stuff, okay?
That's amazing.
But that was true?
Yeah. I mean, you know, the bottom line, we had been in rehearsals day and night, and we were all tired. God, I feel tired just even thinking about it. From all the rehearsing we had done. And so Clyde was supposed to do verses, one verse. I was going to do a verse, and we were just going to write, you know, and bring it back in the next day. And I just laid down on the bed, fully clothed. I just had the cassette player. Back then we had cassette players.
What are those things?
I know some of your listeners might not know what a cassette player is.
Had to get a little pencil to.
Yeah, but trust me, everybody, they did exist. As a matter of fact, I had a box of cassettes sent to me from LA here to Atlanta, and I didn't have a cassette player, so I had to go online and order a cassette player. So I tried to order the cheapest one I could find, right? So I get the thing, and it sounded like a little tin drum, so I had to send it back and get one that sounded halfway decent.
Oh, mercy.
Oh, God.
Times have changed.
Well, sometimes you try to be cheap. Anyway, but yeah, and so we came back the next day. I mean, that night I woke up and I looked at him. I thought, geez, these are the best lyrics I ever wrote.
So you were sleeping all the time, just leaving that pad of paper on your chest?
Yeah. I thought, oh my goodness, because I often write when I wake up in the middle of the night, right? You know, I mean, seriously, sometimes I'll just get a pad and jot down the notes themselves, or I'll just hum it in a tape recorder, right? And but you know, I have to make myself wake up, because one night I hummed it in a tape recorder. I knew I had a hit song. I woke up the next morning. I got it. I punched the button, and what I heard was okay.
That's the one.
I knew I recognized that song. That was amazing.
So I thought, okay, that's it. From now on, I got to be fully awake.
I teared up a little bit listening to that right there, man.
Oh, God. I teared up thinking about what I had lost. Oh, man.
Are there any songs that for you personally meant more than any of the other ones, the ones that you just wrote yourself? You went, man, this is it. This is the moneymaker.
You know what? No. I tell you what, my songs, and even the songs that the other Commodores wrote, they're like my children and stepchildren. Did make sense to you. And yeah, you have songs that you think are hits, you know, like the song I wrote, Lady, You Bring Me Up.
Oh.
And, you know, I mean, from the first time that, you know, that happened, I felt that was a hit song. And every now and then you do come across songs like that you just honestly feel. I mean, like Night Shift was one of those songs. I mean, when that song rolled across those speakers, just the very beginning of it, I mean, everybody in that room, I think, knew that was a smash hit.
Absolutely, yeah.
And because the synthesizer was so rich and so wonderful, and the melody was just incredible. And then, you know, what the song was about was so incredible. So, and it was a huge hit around the world for us, not just in the United States, but everywhere. As a matter of fact, we toured twice around the world on that one song.
Wow.
So it was a very powerful song. But look, here's my take on our music generally. We've been very lucky that we've written songs that have lasted through the years. I mean, we have some of our songs have done better in the last 5 years than it did when they were originally released.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. Now, I'm talking about songs that were released in like 77. Well, for those who don't know, 1977.
The 1900s, man.
Yeah,
Long time.
1977. You know, 1980, 82. You know, for those of the people who don't know anything but 2000. But yeah, and so for me, it's kind of like, okay, which one is doing the best? And that's the one I love that year, right? So if Brick House is doing great, in the year 2015, that's my favorite song.
That's awesome.
You know, if Three Times the Lady is doing best in 2018, that's my favorite song.
Now, when you look back over the years, when you guys started, we always ask people this: did you get started for the love of music, or money, or to pick up chicks?
Okay, this is why we started the group. We only had in mind this, and that is girls and music.
Girls number one, music,
and in that order.
and that's why I'm the ex-wife. That's amazing. I mean, I was right before you came on, I was asking Roy, I was like, I wonder if William knows how many kids were conceived because of your music. I mean, because every prom.
You mean by the Commodores or by other people?
The Commodores are very white. More born to those.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you this.
House that gets people up and dancing, and then when they slow down to listen, bring me up and all.
Those stories go on every show that we hear. Those stories every show. For instance, last year this guy came up to me right before we ended the tour, and he said to me that he said, "Thank you very much for me being alive."
Oh wow!
And I said, "Okay." And I'm thinking in my mind, I'm trying to look at him and see if he looks like me. You know what
I mean? Oh, crap. That's good.
Because, that lead in line was.
My name's Daniel.
So I said, "Well, okay, what do you mean?" He said, "Well, my father had been trying to get my mother in the sack for a long time." And so he said one night she heard the song Three Times a Lady. He said, and I was conceived that night.
It's like, and
so he said,
security.
If you hadn't made that song, he said, if you hadn't made that song, I might not be here.
Oh, that's scary there, William.
And over such a long career, what would you think is your highlight of all those years? Could you pick out one time that would be, this is it? This was the best time I've had with this.
Besides this interview right here.
Yeah, this interview.
You know what? It's hard to narrow that down to one because there have been so many great moments, I got to tell you. But probably the first time we played, I think we had 3 or 4 sold out shows, if I'm not wrong, at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, wow.
And it was the first night we played there. And it was just us. See, the first time was with the Jackson 5, right?
Even
so that was Yeah, so that was all. We opened up for them. So we opened up at 8 o'clock. You know, they had, I don't know how many people to host, 18, 20,000 people, whatever, screaming. And that was great. And I loved it because, you know, I thought they were screaming for us until Michael and the boys. And then it was twice as loud as what they screamed for us. But the night that it was just us. We were the headliners. It was our show. We had all these sold out shows in advance. And when we walked out on that stage, it was deafening.
Man,
you could not even hear the music. Okay. And my boys played loud that night. Okay. They were hyped up and they were playing so loud. But, you know, you couldn't even hear the music when we first walked out on that stage. Those people were screaming so loud. And I think my entire being expanded. You know, I just went out through the entire audience, my soul, everything I had. And I remember thinking, this is it.
That's awesome.
You know, it doesn't get any better than this.
Maybe.
Right? Right. It wasn't about money.
I wouldn't know. I've never sold out Madison Square Garden. Oh, sorry, William.
So for me, I think that may have been it. There was another time we played in Europe and we had 250,000 people there.
You're just bragging now.
And let me brag some more. You couldn't even see all the people because they were going over the hills. It was like hilly. Of course it was outside. Yeah, you couldn't even see them all. They just had speakers, you know, every 100 yards or something like that. And you couldn't even see them all. But and when people were screaming and all, it was kind of like it was echoes coming back toward us.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it was just amazing. But I think probably Madison Square Garden. It's some of the best times I've had those with the Jackson 5. What an incredible tour. We did 2.5 years with them. We did about 3 tours with them.
Man, that's amazing.
And it was incredible. I tell you that those boys were so great on stage. It was just, I mean, they inspired us to be greater than what we were at that time.
To do better choreography.
And better choreography. I stole a lot of stuff from them.
You taught Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah. From them.
All right. Well, I have kind of a strange question, but we're kind of hearing a little bit of rumors coming around right now. We know your music, absolutely undeniable. Everybody knows who it is. But there's some rumors that you might start another tour, but you're going to change it up to more of a gangster rap type sound. Is that correct?
But first of all,
he's serious now.
No.
First of all, we got to get JD out of jail.
See, that gives him street cred right there.
So you know, he had to go in before we could get the gangster thing going on, right? We took a vote which one of us had to go in, and he lost.
He comes out with a teardrop tattoo. You know we're good.
Oh yeah. They beat the hell out of him in there. I'm telling you.
Hey.
No, that's not us. You know what? I got to tell you, a couple of years back though, we did think about doing an entire rap album, right? And so we had this little session that we did, and you know, JD did his little rap thing. I did my little rap thing, and Clyde did his. Clyde was pretty good at it, I have to admit. But we took a vote afterward, and the vote was absolutely not.
You just never know.
Absolutely not. You know, we're gonna wait till we bring in the young boys. We call them the young boys, right? That's our son and daughter. Until we get them in, and then they can do whatever the hell they want to do. But right now, I think we better stick to what we do best.
Well, speaking of that, do y'all have any other dates that you have set, or is it still COVID? Kind of just checking it out, wait and see.
No, we actually have our schedule in front of us. I received it this morning. We went out, like I told you, a couple of weeks ago, just on trial to get back and have a big rehearsal with everybody, the crew and everybody. And kind of get back on track to what we were doing. And then we did a show outside in upstate New York. I think it was Long Beach, New York. But we start again on August the 5th. And I think between August and December, we're doing something like 40 dates.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
All right, well, we got to come by Arkansas.
Yeah, no, we gonna keep right on by Arkansas.
That hurt right there, man.
Because we was going to hook you up with some good barbecue ribs and beer. You know, you'd have to pay for it, but we was going to hook you up with it.
In Arkansas, I got married.
Oh, fine. We'll come see you wherever you're playing.
Yeah, no. But on serious side, I would love to. As a matter of fact, that's where I met my wife, my second wife. Was in Arkansas playing a performance there for the University of Arkansas.
Does she write you any songs?
No, not yet.
You got to sleep more.
I'm trying to keep as far away from that as I can get. Last time that happened, it cost me dearly. You know?
Yeah. Are y'all working on any new material, or are y'all staying with just the classics?
No, we are working on new material. As a matter of fact, I just finished 3 songs the other day. We've had trouble getting everybody together, but we're kind of caught in a quandrum right now because we're trying to decide whether we want to do this album with the youngsters on it, the young boys on it, right? Introduce them, or whether we want to do one more album ourselves and then bring them on in an album after that. So that's where we are right now. We have about 4 songs into the next album.
Cool.
But I think right now, I think this album will probably be just us, and bring them in later because I like to have them in on the writing.
Oh, cool.
You know what I mean? So it will sound like them. It would be like them, right? Because their way of doing things is a little different from the way that we've done them in the past.
No, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have cassette tapes.
Yeah. Look, I've been trying to get them to use a cassette. They won't use it.
Well, man, we know that you got 10,000 things on your list to do, so
And it's all right in front of his grandkids.
But man, thank you so much for taking a few minutes just to say hey, and we'll definitely keep in touch. We'll let all our listeners know what you're doing, and kind of just take it from there.
And this is one of my bucket lists filled.
But I want to let you guys know I really enjoyed this. I really enjoy you two guys. All right.
No, I don't trust you. Said you're not even able to come to Arkansas.
But you're not the cause of my birth, William.
You know what?
Yeah,
I knew you looked familiar.
I got the DNA test right here, William.
Listen, guys, you guys are too much. I got to tell you. But yeah, seriously, when we come to Arkansas, you guys have got to be there. As a matter of fact, my wife and I may be coming through there right before Christmas.
Sweet. You can bring us some presents.
Yeah.
A cassette.
Yeah. So, I'm going to keep this so that if we do, I can get in touch with you. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Look forward to it. Be safe.
God.
Stay out of trouble. Good luck with that. Enjoy the grandkids and work on those dance moves.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man. And listen, don't forget that if you need anything, okay, you got the information, contact information. Just tell them I told you to give me a call, and I'll jump on it right away.
Outstanding.
Sounds good, my friend. Be safe. Appreciate the time. And
go get those grandkids.
Man, they got me.
Get your iPad back. Thanks, William.
I don't know if you can hear that, but evidently one of them just came out of the pool, then drive himself off and is walking through the kitchen. And my wife is all over him, okay?
We probably need to end this before we see a crime committed.
Some kids yelling 911.
We don't want to see the murder, William. We weren't here. We don't know you. Anybody ask Lionel Richie?
Oh, God.
Thanks, my friend. We'll talk to you.
We'll
in the near
end this
future.
because this is going to be evidence, I guess.
God bless, guys.
Thank you.
Okay,
William.
take care, man.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Well, that was great. Wasn't that cool? Oh my gosh.
Oh, William, you gotta love it.
So this is probably, I think this is our best one. I keep saying that. It seems like every one I say, well, this is the best thing ever. But this is outstanding. William, he was funny as hell, man.
Oh, right.
That guy was great.
So stay tuned, and we'll keep you updated on the other folks that we're going to be talking to in the near future.
And that's it. Remember, www.arkansasshowcaseradio.com show with the best interviews around.
Bye.
Bye-bye.